Good evening, fuckers. We are back with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. And for this one, we are back in Wales again. Certainly as far as the route DLC, it's one we've seen several times before, the North Wales coast. However, we're not staying on it for very long. And then we are going to be going onto a route that has not been seen in this video, it hasn't been seen in this video yet, but hasn't been seen on this channel yet, as we are going to be doing the Conwy Valley Line. And we're going to do the whole length of it, so we will be starting at Llandudno, and our destination is Blaenau Ffestiniog. So we're going to be going through, like, you know, the hills and valleys of Central Wales. Not the easiest of routes, but without doubt the most difficult part of it is going to be pronouncing the names of the stations that I'm going to be arriving at. Now, there are a few videos of this route on YouTube, and pretty much all of them use the Class 150 multiple unit to do this run. I'm going to be a bit different, so I'm taking the Class 153. So yeah, it's a single car DMU, but nevertheless, I think the fact that it is single car makes it even more suitable for a route like this, because yeah, it is rather tight and twisty in places. Besides which, I can't imagine there would ever be, like, you know, a huge number of passengers wanting to take this route, so it makes sense to me to use a 153. Obviously using the Arriva Trains Wales livery. Now, the specifics: it's summer, it's cloudy, and it's 2 PM because, yeah, this will be the first time I've really done this route. I've done the Llandudno to Llandudno junction, but yeah, that's just part of the regular North Wales coastline. Beyond that, no idea. So yeah, I thought I'd have the decent weather conditions so that it will help somewhat. So that is the setup. Let's get this up and running. And here we are at Llandudno, which is, as you can quite clearly see, a terminus. So let's get the train set up. There's not a vast amount that needs doing. Right, we'll put the Alright, now I will, there we go, that has disabled the DVD. Unfortunately, it also disables the exterior AWS alert, so I need to watch out with that. Right, we'll put the instrument panel lights on, and right, headlamp is going on to day. Destination indicator is on. All looks pretty good. Let's take a look. Yeah, the lights are fine. Let's sort out the destination. There we go, Blaenau Ffestiniog right there. I'm, to put it mildly, very surprised to see that as one of the options. You'll also notice, because I'm sure there are people who will look at the thumbnail for this and think that I've spelt it wrong with the double F at the start. Nope, that is how it is spelt. Right, we'll let everyone on. For some reason the doors aren't opening. Oh well, we won't let anyone on because, yeah, I don't know why the doors are not opening there, but they should be. I'll tell you what, let's try something. We'll get going, but not for very long. Okay, we'll stop here. And now the doors can open, so, right. Don't really know why that was necessary, but nevertheless. As you can see, yeah, very clearly there were additional lines here that have since been removed. Right, anyway, now that we have been able to get passengers on, even though no one actually did get on board, we can now get underway. So Blaenau Ffestiniog is 30.8 miles away, so might as well say it's 31. Once we enter the Conwy Valley Line itself, we'll do a quick radio test. So 15 mph limit as we leave the station. We'll very soon enter a 50 mph zone. There we go, into the 50 zone. Let's give it some welly, but let's give it the full throttle treatment. The Conwy Valley Line is somewhat slow, not all that surprising considering the sort of terrain that it is traversing. So this is another freeware route that is available from Backdated Train Sim, and as always I will include it. Include a link to it in the description. It is an addition to the North Wales route, as you saw. It's not the only route that I have that does that. I also have for the East Coast Main Line London to Peterborough section, I have the Moorgate addition to that one. You can see there AWS still works in the cab, just doesn't work outside it. So there goes a 158. So at the Conwy station, our first stop. It is quite close to Llandudno junction, so we don't have particularly far to go from here to the second stop. We are slowing down at quite a rate. The throttle on the old 153 is not fantastic. You do need to throttle up quite high once you are moving in order to get it to actually continue accelerating. The brakes are none too smart either. So here we are at the Conwy station. It's not quite on the coastline. Llandudno itself was on the coastline, but yeah, we're on this, I'm not sure what the bay is. I'm guessing Conwy Bay. So onwards, next stop is Llandudno junction. We have a 20 mph section coming up. That's where we are going over points. So it's probably an idea to start slowing down. But we've still got half a mile before that 20 mph section, so but yeah, some fantastic scenery here in this part. Still slowing down way too early. So we're fine for our speed as we enter that 20 zone. You can see we are going to be transferred onto another line over points. Yeah, you can see that I have to get the throttle up to 41% just to begin accelerating again. So here we are over points there. Yeah, I just realised we've got to slow down more. Yeah, it's too slow. Yeah, there's no sign of that speed limit on the route display. I did see the 15 mph sign there just to the side of the track, but too slow to respond to it. I did also, I think, forget to mention in the intro, we are going to be doing an all stops service. So we are briefly on the North Wales coast main line here. So we are on now a 50 mph section. Not for very long, but we're on it. So we're currently eastbound. So yeah, we won't be seeing Conwy Castle up ahead, because in fact it's behind us. But yeah, even though it's the Conwy line that we are going to be traversing, we're currently going in completely the opposite direction in order to get to Conwy. So here we are at Llandudno Junction. So Conwy Castle, you can just see it over there in the distance. But yep, we're going the other way. Conwy Valley is well, it is approaching. So we'll accelerate up to 30. Certainly won't be long before we're into that 30 zone. You can see we will be crossing over points again. That's when we leave the North Coast main line. So there we are, and this is now completely new. We're now on the Conwy main line. Let's get our radio test done.
Welcome to the remote radio test unit. Please leave your message after the tone.
This is an NRN radio test call.
Job done. So I'm trying to see if it's Glan or Jan. I think it's Glan. So Glan Conwy is the first stop that we will be making on this on the Conwy Valley Line. So we're on a completely level ground. I've got 41% throttle applied and we are not accelerating. Yeah, the Class 153 is certainly not a powerhouse. This is a very, very small station. This is when the choice of yeah, using a 153 is a good choice. So, yep, it is Glen Conwy. So, yep, here we are. Very scenic location indeed. It looks fantastic. So, onwards. I've no idea what lays in store. We have a 45 mph speed limit though, which yeah, that's quite a bit higher than I was expecting. Not sorry about that. Speed at quite a rate. So at 68% throttle, we are still decelerating. So I've got to take it up to 100% in order to actually continue accelerating it. Which is a bit ridiculous, but there you go. That's the 153 for you. Real sort of like no frills basic multiple units, as basic as it gets. So this scenery is quite something. Not sure what the top speed of the 153 is. I'd imagine we're probably not far off it. Does it say anywhere in here? Well, if it does, I can't see it. Looks like this is using the AP vegetation pack. Get ourselves back up to 45. Quite a fantastically scenic route, there's no denying that. So the next station is appearing on the on the route display. I can't see if that's an L or an I again. I think it's an L, so Tallycaffin. That's as good as I'm able to do. I have a feeling I was supposed to stop there, but oh well. slow us down a little. Yeah, here it is. Looks like 2 platforms, but only one of them is still in use. So, yeah, that stop signal there, whistle before proceeding. Well, we'll do that once everyone's on. I mean, the gates are open, so you know it's fine. Anyway, yeah, so this is what I'm assuming is pronounced Tallycaffin. Yeah, that sign really does not help me very much. Right, get back underway. So it looks like we are following what I assume is the Conwy River. Yeah, we are basically following it, well, back upstream. Exterior views are so good that yeah, I'm finding myself using this view more often than the actual cab view. Me aiming for a clear run, but yeah, Yeah, that's obviously gone down the Carsey now. So next station, Dolgarrog. Well, that one seems fairly easy. Well, it looks it anyway. Whether I've actually pronounced it right is another thing. Line speed is going down after here. Very short platform here. This is the advantage of using a 153. Yeah, I'm sure you probably could get a 2-car train on here, but that's about it. So yeah, Dolgarrog, which really does look like it's a platform in the middle of nowhere. That 30 mph section is relatively short. I'm rather pleased about that. In the 30 zone. Yeah, very close to the river now. Fantastically scenic route, there's no doubt about that. Returning to the 45 zone. Yeah. So does that mean we're not as close to the river now? Yeah, it certainly does. there. I certainly wouldn't say no. So next station is coming up. North Llanrust. Fairly certain that's how it's pronounced. Very slow entry speed to this station, 15. So we've got two stations very close to each other, North Llanrust and Llanrust itself. I wonder why the approach to the station is so slow. Is there like a weak bridge there or something? So we are fine for the 15 section. Ah, there's a passing point here. We've got a 158 in front of us. Wasn't expecting that. And it started pulling away as we left, so yeah, that's alright. So we do actually have AI trains programmed into this route. I'm applying the brakes a bit too hard there, but oh well. So, yeah, North Llanrust, which doesn't look too bad at all. Fairly short stop. Shouldn't be long before we're into the 30 zone, but then we have the next stop coming up pretty sharpish as well. Okay, I don't know why the emergency brakes kicked in there. That signal was definitely green. Let's see what the route is saying. Oh. Route saying that the way ahead is fine. So, yeah, don't really know what was going on there. into a 30 zone. Let's get speed up again. Well, a bit anyway. Looks like the platform is on a curve, which is, yeah, I've never been a fan of stations with, yeah, platforms like that. I mean, it's not quite so bad when you're in a train like this where it is just a single car. So anyway, yeah, so this is Llandudno station itself. Into the 45 zone. I mean, I'll remind you, this is a freeware route I'm on. Right, next station coming up, Ffestiniog. And I think that 30 mph speed limit, once we come out of that station, is permanent. In fact, it may even be going down further than that. It looks like the 30 mph limit is coming in earlier than I thought. No. So yeah, here is Ffestiniog. We have a model of an APT here. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, interesting. I think I did remember seeing something about. Yeah, there was a bit of a surprise at this station. Oh, bollocks. Right. So we are now in the 30 zone. Like I say, I think this 30 mph limit is permanent. We're now on quite a twisty part of the route, and we are going uphill at the same time. Yeah, 1 in 50. This is really impacting on our acceleration. Now 1 in 47. So it's a very steep uphill climb, and it is quite a twisty route. And it is a fantastically scenic route. Look at this. I'll remind you again, this is freeware. Uphill climb is now 1 in 69. It's eased off a bit, but it's certainly anything but easy. I say that, but we're accelerating quite nicely up it. It's taken a while to dawn on me, but yeah, clearly our throttle is combination throttle and gearbox. Very narrow tunnel here. Combination throttle and gearbox means, or it makes holding our speed rather difficult if the speed limit is lower than the particular gear will allow us to stay at. So I'm constantly having to switch between the two. Has got a bit steeper again, 1 in 56. Now 1 in 47. This is the steepest part yet. Next station coming up, Pontypan. This is quite the remote station if ever I saw one. I dare say we've got to come down this hill that we've been climbing here at some point. I get the feeling the station is just the other side of this tunnel, and again, a very narrow tunnel. No, we have got a bit to go. Right, so I didn't think I could overestimate the braking force needed, but yeah, I did. So, Pontypridd, I mean, this is probably the most remote station I think I've seen in the game so far. No idea what all that over there is. It looks like a sort of hybrid of modern industrial buildings. It doesn't look like a particularly industrial area. Very much leveled out now. We're still going uphill, but it's now 1 in 304. Next station coming up. Can I get a speeding error around here? Right, next station, Llandudno. 20 mph approach speed for this one. Approach speed is fine now. So, Dalwhistle Station. There's more here than there was at the previous station, that's for sure. So 20 mph limit as we leave the station. It does go back up to 30 fairly soon, in fact. Yeah, so into the 30 zone. So again, quite a steep climb, 1 in 62. Roman Bridge is the next station. I think that is the penultimate station of the run. Very narrow station, tunnel station, Jesus Christ. Quite a tight turn heading into where the station is here. There it is. So, Roman Bridge Station. I'm not quite sure where the Roman Bridge itself is. It may not even exist anymore. I'm not even sure. I mean, the Romans didn't end up Wales, did they? Oh well. Onwards. So just 5 miles of the route left. So 1 in 80 climb. Clearly we are not going to be coming downhill. This journey is just taking us up into the Welsh Hills, the Central Welsh Hills. Quite a tight turn there. Right, pretty much levelled out now. We are still technically going uphill, but yeah, 1 in 660. It's not much of one. This is clearly, by some distance, the longest tunnel on the route. I thought we were about to emerge to the other side, but no. It's a proper long old one. So that, that 20 mph section there, zone in a mile, that must be where we are emerging from the tunnel. Blaenau Ffestiniog is less than 2 miles away, so yeah, the final approach towards it. So, fine before the exit right here. And we are heading down a hill. 1 in 80, and yeah, our speed is picking up as a result. Looks like this 1 in 80 gradient is here right up until we reach the station. It's too slow. It's now 1 in 70. Quite sure what this disused platform here is for, considering how close we are to the Blaenau Ffestiniog station. Oh, it's too slow. The AWS, and of course I didn't have the alert out here, but yeah, I couldn't not be looking at that exterior. So I have picked up a few errors on this one. Speeding and yeah, the emergency brakes being triggered. So it's now 1 in 100 uphill. But here we are. So yes, this is Blaenau Ffestiniog. This route next to us here, that's the narrow gauge railway, which actually takes you from here to Port Maddock, where they filmed that crappy program, The Prisoner. But there we are. That was Llandudno to Blaenau Ffestiniog on this freeware route. That was a fucking fantastic route, it really was. There's me saying all this time that yeah, nothing compares to the scenery of the Scottish routes. Well, now there is one. This really does give the Scottish routes a run for their money, and this is a route that doesn't cost you anything. I mean, all right, you've got to have the assets, and I must admit, right, this narrow gauge railway here, you need the Corris railway route DLC in order to get this. And this was the only reason why I got it, and I think it was money well spent to get this. Absolutely worth it. So let's have a look at how we did So yeah, there were a few errors, to put it mildly. Penalty brakes applied twice, yes that is true, and speeding 5 times. So I didn't do a particularly good run, but that was the first time I'd ever driven the route, the first time I'd ever seen it once we left the North Wales coastline, and yeah, it was fantastic. Definitely one of the best scenic routes I have. So yeah, take a look at the link that I will put in the description, and if you have the you know, the requirements for it, you've got to get it. As simple as that. So there we go. That is that video done, and we will see you at the next one.